This is another example of a tree which fell. So this is quite windy day. I was not expecting to make a video, but I want to give an update on this Scots pine which we planted last year in this polystyrene box, and look at the growth. It is less than a year and this tree is thriving, and look at the thickness. If you can come closer, I want to show the audience the task I need to do. The task here is to remove these extra branches from this leader, and it's quite simple that I should be removing them using my scissor. And this is a really nice scissor, especially for pine, because it does not cut anything excess. The thing which you want, just go inside slowly and open and cut it to remove. It's very tiny but very nice scissor. I've seen this in Takamatsu, they were using this scissor so much. It's really a nice one. Look at the number of branches, because I don't want to shade the base of this tree, because this is just a sacrifice leader. Now look at it from the far. Now we have removed all the extra branches which was there, and I am sure in July there will be more buds coming again, but we have to keep it clean, just keep it to one only. Now if you come to this part closer, which is my intended trunk line, and I want to show the audience the base, how thick it has become in less than a year. So if you see, I am not sure whether you can see in the video how thick it is. This one is around 4.5–5 years old, and now I have to remove some of them, but these are not shading anything, so I will just keep it, because the more number of buds there are, the branches there are, they will create more energy in the tree, and this will thicken up faster here. For this one, I don't want to shade the base of it, so what I will do is I will going to keep it only one here. So now there will be new buds coming. So this is the trunk line I have, because all this is sacrificed. This will be removed, this will be removed, all of them will be removed. This is my main tree going from here, the flow here, and there will be new leader which will be coming, and I will pick up the new leader and then I will shorten it as well. So now I am coming to the black pines. Last year also I removed the extra buds from this side, but then they keep on coming. So you have to make sure you thin them out. If you can come closer, I want to show. So you have to thin them out as well, because I don't want to shade the base. This is another example. They are very spiky because they are full of energy, and because I feed them a lot, and they are only in 11 centimeter pot. Can you believe? They are only in 11 centimeter pond baskets. I will show one example. So after the cleanup, they should look like this. There should only be one going as a leader up, which will going to thicken up the base. So if you look at in this example, when I say what matters the most is the feed. Basically the pot size does not matter a lot. Look at the pot size and look at the thickness of this pine. This is barely in 11 centimeter pond basket. What I use is a Osmocote Pro to thicken up, because every time I water, the little bit of fertilizer goes into it. Many people say that it is basically that it is high nitrogen and high potassium and phosphorus. but people don't realize it is a very tiny bit amount of fertilizer go with every watering, and look at the result. Every time you water, you get this result. So look at 11 centimeter pot, and this pine is almost 4.5 5 year old. Many people say, oh, I am receiving the good result within 5 years of age of these pines. They look like as if they have grown for 10 years. So if you come closer, so the task which we are doing is we are going to clean up the sacrifice leader. The same scissor, and you have to hold the candle gently because it is the needles are still very fragile. They are not mature enough. If you hold them tightly, they will going to break, and then you will lose the growth. And go little down, please. 2x. So if you see here, a lot of people say, oh, why you are not giving any movement to the trunk line? Because all this is sacrifice leader, this is a sacrifice branch, this is a sacrifice branch, this is sacrifice. My new buds, they appear because when you feed them nicely, when they are happy, so the new back budding happens. So there will be my new leaders. For example, either this one or this one would be my new leader. This one or this one would be my new leader, and then that would be my sacrifice branch. And because I'm going to cut it either here or there, and then it will going to give a automatic a movement, and then maybe a new leader from this side. So it will already be giving me a movement in my trunk line. So that's the reason I don't give any movement, because I let it grow freely, and after that I choose a bud which will going to be my new trunk line. So this tree I'm targeting to be around this high. So again on this one, I am going to remove, only keep the central bud going. I am going to remove all the side, because the side buds will going to shade the base, which I don't want. Similarly here, only the central one. And maybe we don't need a lot of these. I will keep only one bud here, because when we reduce, we are going to reduce from here first and then we reduce there. Otherwise, the entire root system may fail. So I am going to keep a tiny one here, the left one, and remove these ones. So now I can put it back. Yeah. So we will going to work on this tree. uh, if you see, this is little bit more developed and advanced stage. This is another example of a tree which fell. So we are back again inside now. uh, Outside there were windy conditions which did not let us do what we were doing. So luckily, again, the benefit of this nylon bags is that even if it falls, you can just put it back without losing all your fertilizer. Just put it back and it will be as good as new. So now you can see we are indoors, and again I will do the same thing on the sacrifice leaders. I'm going to cut the candles. If you can come close, please. So you can now, so you can just remove them. Simple. Don't worry if you cut a few excess needles here and there, it doesn't matter much. But yeah, try to avoid cutting unnecessary needles as much as you can. So just keep it one. And also, if you see at the bottom, the new candles have arrived here in this part. You just keep only one. And why we keep only one is because later on when we do the reduction of sacrifice trunk, we have to cut it here, not directly there, so that the tree does not realize that, oh, my major energy source has gone, and then start collapsing. So only keep one bud here. I will keep this one probably. I will remove this with hand. I don't need scissors for this. Yeah. So always the rule is on the sacrifice trunk, have a backup bud, so that when you cut it here in the reduction, the tree will not going to think that it's already something is very wrong, and the roots will survive, otherwise roots may collapse. Now if you see, I'm going to do the same thing on this one as well. So all these are also gone. So see the final part of the sacrifice. Now here you see there were the central bud was somehow dead, but I'm going to keep one of them. So I have removed one side, I will remove this one, and I will keep only one. I'm not going to keep all of them. So if we see closely, this is not in a very big pot, it's only 19 centimeter pot if you can see. But look at the back budding. This is all the result of the fertilizer which I feed, which is Osmocote Pro, 8 to 9 months configuration, and a lot of sunshine. If you see in my leader, I don't let uh, any shading happen to the base. That's the reason it gets a lot of back budding. And one important question in this one is uh, why I have multiple sacrifice branches. So if I show you closely, all this is a close-up view. All these sacrifice branches are there to thicken up my base of this spine. So we'll just clean up this bit as well, because we don't need so many needles on this area. So I will just clean it up now. So the way you can remove them is by pulling one needle at a time, because but look, I don't want to damage the 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 tree too much, because otherwise it will keep on bleeding. So I'll rather take one needle at a time and then pull. But the easy way is use a scissor and then cut them all. So you can use the same scissor and just remove them. Because you don't need these needles, because otherwise they will going to shade your base. This is the sacrifice branch. That's the reason I'm just trying to remove all the needles. So now after cleaning up the needles and extra buds, which we can see only the sacrifice leaders, I've got only one central bud going, and we have cleaned up the needles as well if you look closely. Now another task I want to do is I will just remove the fertilizer and clean up the root base to see and to expose more roots to make them thicken up more. The more they are exposed, the more sunshine goes in and the more thickened they become. So we'll have a nice Nebari while development. And the another task after this I'm going to do, I'm going to pot this up in a bigger pot, bigger pond basket. I'm not going to take it out from this pond basket. I will just put into another pond basket and fill the substrate. What will happen? The roots will escape. If you see these tiny holes here, the roots will escape from these tiny holes and get into a new substrate. So a lot of these roots will go into the new substrate and thicken this up further. But obviously with these tiny holes, the roots cannot thicken up more than uh, the diameter or the width of these holes basically. So which is good. And in a reduction phase, you can simply cut out those roots and uh, simply you can reduce it the root ball to this size in a reduction phase. But right now we are trying to expand it first, and then we'll reduce once it becomes a bonsai. So I'm exposing, and you can see with roots, when they thickened up, they moved the substrate a little bit up. So also the beautiful roots are underneath this one. This is the time to expose them. So you can see the beautiful roots which are underneath. Now what will happen, the more sunshine goes on to these surface roots, the more thick they will become. Here as well. To show the audience, I think I need to tilt it a little bit like this. See the Nebari. See the nice Nebari which is coming out. will just turn it around a little bit. Because at the beginning I created, if you see my more YouTube videos, you will see how I create these Nebaris. Nice radial root structure. So I'll remove this also fertilizer bag. We have to be gentle, not very harsh with the roots. And the motion should be outwards. Not sure if the audience can see, this is a very nice, very thick base now of the spine. If you can see, yeah, it's very thick base of the spine, and this is how we create the radial nice thick base. Lot of sacrifice branches at the base which will thicken it up more, and I will leave them, these ones we show a little above, these branches, yeah, these sacrifice branches, these ones, so they thicken it up more. Here I will just try to clean this side as well a little bit more. These young radially arranged roots pines will be available soon if you contact me on my social media uh, channel Toko-en Bonsai on Facebook and Instagram, or even you can email me, uh, but the best way is my social media, and these will be available, the young plants, so that you can also participate in this journey and create a nice beautiful uh, pines for a very low price. I mean, you can do it on your own rather than having a imported Japanese ones. You enjoy the journey more when you do it on your own. So if you look closely, I don't know how much is visible, but this is a thick root, this is also thick root, and this is the flare. This is the flare which has been created when I arrange the roots. So look at how thick it is, this much, and I think probably I will grow it for 2 more years, and then I will start doing the reduction phase. But because it is a dark in color, so you can't see how thick. I'm just using a chopstick to show how thick is this flare base. I think it is around 3 inches at the base now, and once it thickens up more, maybe 4 inches, then I will be comfortable in removing the sacrifice branches. Now I have cleaned up some extra excess roots which were not coming from the base. So now look at the thickness of this now and the flare of this particular root base, and again I'm going to use the chopstick to show. This is the flare of the roots, and it's very beautiful now. So now we have worked on this one, and it's quite windy today, so I'm going to put it here, thanks to the Scots pine which is going to support it. So we have worked on this tree which is in development, which is almost 4.5 5 years to from the seedling cutting. I hope you liked this video. Please kindly give it a like and subscribe to my channel. In the next one, probably I'm going to cover how to work on the refined trees, how to remove candles of a refined Japanese black pine, how to treat with a Scots pine, and so on and so forth. So please stay tuned, and if you like my content, give it a like and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next. Ba 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 ba